Hello scent addicts, welcome to Fragrance Therapy. I'm your host Alam, and today I have 5 incredible new fragrances from the houses of Rasasi and Rayhaan. It's kind of a shame that most of these are fresh fragrances coming out at the end of summer as summer wraps up, but at least they can sit and mature through the fall and winter and be ready to rock and roll next year. Nevertheless, they're all great and deserve a mention, so let's jump in. So first up we have Rayhaan's Adonis Icarus, and this is a clone of LV's Afternoon Swim. Now this is a citrus bomb fragrance, that's for sure. It's bright, it's zesty, it's refreshing. It has a dominant orange note, but it also has this like creamy lemon quality. As it dries down, it does maintain that freshness and those citruses, but you also get spices, musk, and ambers in this one. It does help balance out the scent from being a very overly citrus, but it's still definitely citrus dominant, especially orange. Notes wise, on top you're getting orange, mandarin, and bergamot. In the mid you get ginger, neroli, and pink pepper. And in the base you get ambergris, musk, and vetiver. Now performance has never been a strong suit for this type of scent profile, but you get pretty good performance for a citrus forward fragrance. And it does outperform the OG in my opinion, but not by very much. You might get like 4 to 5 hours max on Afternoon Swim. It's a horrible performing fragrance. This one you'll get a solid 6.5, maybe if you push it to 7 hours, at least on skin. But that projection for that first hour or two is very strong, but then it does settle to a skin scent. This one gets 90% close to the OG and performs better. On top of that, the original goes for like 350 bucks, and I got this one for only $42. I mean, come on, it's like overall it's just a better proposition. And if you don't own any other clones of LV's Afternoon Swim, this might be the best one, so still a solid choice. Next up, we have Rasasi's Hawas Kobra. And this, of course, is Rasasi's take on LV's Imagination. Now, I know there are a ton of really good Imagination clones out there, and you might be really sick of hearing about them, but there's still a reason I wanted to talk about this one and why it still might be worth considering. I'll talk about that reason in a moment, but first let's talk about the overall scent. This is like a fresh yet ambery and woody fragrance that opens up with a surprising amount of spices and warmth. It opens with fresh, energizing burst of ginger and citrus, which in my opinion, I've said it in other videos, is a killer combination. And this one also features that standout note of green tea, just like the original. Though it might not be as prominent as the OG, but like Imagination, it gets that strong, luxurious, soapy vibe. And there are other differences as well. This, I think, in my opinion, is a slightly spicier, deeper, and more masculine take on that Imagination DNA. It leans a bit more into the woods and musky notes than the original ever did. So looking at the notes, on top you get ginger, bergamot, and tangerine. In the mid you get cinnamon, neroli, and green tea. And in the base you get musky, woody notes and amber. So I mentioned earlier there's a reason I still wanted to bring this up and why this still might be a good choice for some people out there. And that's the performance. Hawas Kobra is a powerhouse. I'm talking about longevity of 10 to 12 hours, strong projection for that first hour or two, heavy sillage as well. It outlasts the OG, it outlasts all the other dupes that I have. So if you are looking for Imagination clone that is slightly more masculine and definitely performs better, I think this is the one for you. Next up, we have Rayhaan's Tropical Vibe. And this is a clone of Lorenzo Pizzaglia's Summer Hammer. Now, I've never gotten my nose on the OG, but I do have another clone of it, and that's Armoff's Beach Party. And this was a fragrance that I wore a lot this last summer. And this one is a completely unisex fragrance. This focuses on fresh tropical fruits. It opens with like this zesty burst of juicy fruits, especially mango and pineapple, but you also get this creamy coconut. And the coconut in here is definitely not overpowering. I think it is way stronger in something that recently came out like Hawas Tropical. Coconut is much more prominent in that one. I'm not a super huge fan of coconut strong fragrances where that coconut really takes center stage. I like the way it's used here, more of an enhancer than the star of the show, but you also get these nice earthy and dense notes in the base that helps balance the fragrance out. Otherwise, it would just be a tropical bomb. Looking at the notes on top, you get mango, pineapple, and bergamot. In the mid, you get white florals, sea breeze accords, and coconut. And in the base, you get amber, sandalwood, musk, and vetiver. From everything I've read, this gets really close to the original. I also heard that the OG is a pretty strong performer, especially for this type of scent profile. I see online people are saying 8 hours longevity, And you know, that was my biggest issue with Arm Off Beach Party. Smells amazing, really fresh, great summer fragrance. I did use it a lot, but at max I got 6 hours on this one. This one I think is somewhere right in the middle. I got about 7 hours on this. I don't know if it'll reach the OG levels as it matures. It might. Hopefully it does. This is another fragrance that projects very strongly in the first couple of hours. It really does pop. And also, like I mentioned before, completely unisex summertime fragrance. Men and women can both pull this off. Some people think it leans a little feminine. This one is right down the middle in my opinion. Get in now, let it mature. Hopefully by the time next summer rolls around, it'll be a beast performer. Next up, we have Rayhaan's Valhalla. And this is a clone of Kilian's Angel Share Parody. This is a bold, boozy gourmand fragrance. The Angel Share Parody DNA is basically Angel Share with a prominent raspberry note. It opens with a blast of raspberry with a moderate dose of cognac. It creates this like warm and sweet vibe, but you also get this creamy, velvety dry down that helps smooth out that opening. Now, compared to the OG, this amps up the fruity raspberry and it kind of tones down that booziness. It makes this maybe a little bit more wearable for folks that think the OG is a bit too mature, too boozy. It does give this one a bit of a youthful kick. Notes-wise, on top you're getting raspberry, cognac, and liqueur. In the mid you get tonka beans, oak moss, and Bulgarian rose. And in the base you get pralines, oak, and sandalwood. Now Valhalla is another powerhouse. This is like quickly becoming Rayhaan's MO. They won't be the first to market with these clone fragrances, but the ones they come out with are so powerful, and what differentiates them is their performance. This one lasts 8 to 9 hours on skin, lingers to the next day on clothes, strong projection for up to 2 to 3 hours, so just be careful with your trigger finger on this one. I have a few other clones of Angel Share Parody. I'm in the process of testing them all out. You can see them here. So I am planning to make a comparison video and give you my opinion which is the best one out of the 3 that I have. Probably not the closest dupe, but maybe more appealing for some folks that just don't like that overly boozy nature of the original. And finally we have Rasasi's Malibu. And this is a clone of JPG's Le Beau Le Parfum, but it has a little bit of a twist. So this is a tropical, floral, and fresh fragrance. Yet another one I wish I had during the summer. This opens with this vibrant burst of pineapple and citrus notes, but you also get this powdery sweetness with orris and amber, and the lavender in here gives it a bit of an aromatic nature, but you also get this slight gourmand in the dry down. I don't know, maybe it's from the tonka that's in here. So notes wise, on top you have pineapple, orange, and grapefruit. In the mid you get amber, orris, and lavender. In the base you get tonka bean, musk, cashmeran, and patchouli. Again, another solid performer for this type of summer scent profile. Already getting about 7 hours on this. Projection solid, but not as overpowering as maybe some of the others on this list. But that does make it a little bit more versatile. You can wear it for casual outings. You can even wear it for like an office scent or a school scent. I also think this is more wearable than the OG in high heat. This one leans a little bit more into those fresh, fruity qualities as opposed to that coconutty sweetness of the OG. I think this is a cleaner, brighter take. I actually prefer this to the OG, which is not surprising. I said earlier, I'm not really into really strong coconut notes. If you're actually looking for a closer dupe to the original, I would say go with Cod Lodge Island. I also think that they toned down the coconut for a reason. I think if they added coconut to this, people would say it's just too close to tropical, which they just released. Folks were already complaining that there are going to be 2 releases that were very similar in scent profile back to back. And I think that change does help widen the gap between the 2 scent profiles. But at the end, it does not change the fact that I think, in my opinion, this one is still a banger. So there you have it, folks. 5 incredible releases from the houses of Rayhaan and Rasasi. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these and if you agree or disagree with any of my takes. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content and you like smelling your best without breaking the bank. And as always, stay tuned for more affordable fragrance content. Until next time, I'm out.